Hello. I am here today to talk to you about a really scary statistic. According to the USA Today, 44% of small businesses have been hacked. And the average price to deal with it, to remediate it, is over, I think it was $8,600, might have been $8,700. Either way, that's a lot of money, right? Whew, so intense. So what I'm going to talk to you today about is how to protect yourself. I felt re-inspired to share this with you on the heels of another data breach that happened with one of my all-time favorite tools, Canva. They had an issue where their usernames, their passwords, and other information was leaked out or was hacked into, one or the other. And so there was this big exposure last week that a lot of emails went out to Canva users to change your password, all these things. The thing is, those who are most vulnerable to hacks on passwords and on, these big data breaches that we're seeing happen almost weekly, it probably feels like at this point, right? Is if you are using the same password in multiple places, you are vulnerable, and you are making your business vulnerable, and you're making your clients vulnerable. As a small business owner, you actually have a legal responsibility. It varies state by state and country by country, but you have a legal responsibility to protect the information of your clients. If you get hacked, in many places, most places, you're required to disclose to your clients that you've been hacked and what of their information may or was revealed in that. And then in many places, you're also required to pay for them to have like security protection. I'm sure you've gotten letters in the mail where it's like, here's your credit check history for the next, you get free credit checks for the next year, whatever, right? This data protection as a victim of one of these breaches. And the same is true if you're a small business owner. So I hear a lot of people being like, gosh, like too many passwords, can't handle it, too much to deal with. I get it, okay? I get it. And there is an inexpensive, crazy inexpensive solution to this problem that will save you time, that will protect you and protect your clients. And that is a password manager. Say it with me, password manager, all right? And what a password manager is a tool where you are able to, it's a protected tool, so you actually have a password on your password manager, and it's protected from other people being able to gain entry. And you just have to remember one password, and the program will remember all of your passwords for you. There's plugins for phone, for your different web browsers, all these things, so that you don't have to do the job of remembering what password, what are your security questions, how do I log into this, all of those different things, right? You need one. And here's why. Not only does it keep your passwords all in one place so you can have different passwords and not go crazy trying to remember what they are, you also absolutely need one because individual hackers are much more likely to be able to get into your things if you don't have a strong and powerful password, okay? Or if they're able to get into one thing, you've used that password 12 other places, they can log into anything they want, right? And most logins is your business email address. So it's not hard for them to figure out how they're going to get into all of these different platforms that your company uses and is associated with and applications, right? So the beauty of a password organizer is also that it will generate a randomized password for you, and you get to control how many characters it has. Just with a couple clicks of a button for each individual password, you can decide how many characters it has, how many numbers it has, how many symbols it has. Like, is it all these different things? And the password manager will save it for you. Will remember the website it belongs to. You can create a login so that that password manager will remember it. My favorite password manager is 1Password. I have 1Password for my personal business, personal life, and then I have 1Password for Teams for my business, and it is amazing. I have been using it for 5 years, 6 years. And some people think, gosh, I don't have time to do this whole big migration. It's not a big migration. You get the tool, which I believe for the personal version, even if you just have a personal version, do that and use it as a company. the best thing to do if you have a team is actually to get the team version so that you can control who can see and have access to different things, okay? But what I want you to do is realize by getting this thing that costs less than $5 a month, you are then able to, every time you log into something, it's going to ask, do you want me to remember this password? And you can say yes. And you can systematically just go through and change your passwords if they're all the same, or if it's something really crazy easy like my cat's name 54 or something like that. You need to have this level of protection and encryption, because I don't want you to be victim to being hacked, to getting into this situations of data breaches within your own company. Especially, it's just a nightmare, okay? You also need to drive this home to your team all the way. I recently was on a call with someone and they were like, oh, I know my password. I don't need to log into the organizer because I use the same one for everything. What? No, don't do that. Do not do that. So dangerous. For $5 a month, for the amount of time you log into things, it is absolutely worth it. And if you could pay $5 a month to save almost $9,000, which is the average that a small business has to pay to recover from a hack or data breach, what sounds better to you? What is that, $60 a year or $9,000? I'm going to go with $60 a year. It also is, every time I have clients, when I work on this with them and they resist it, every single time I see them, after they've done it, they're like, oh my gosh, I saved so much time. I think I just saved like 20 to 30 minutes a day having this password organizer. Yes, you did. And 20 to 30 minutes a day, let's say it's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, let's do some fast math on that, 2.5 hours a week. Bam, I just saved for you for $5 a freaking month. Go get a password organizer. 1Password is the best one that I love, the number 1 and the word password. Get it, you need it. I want to hear what your aha is below. I even want to hear what your resistance is. Like, what's coming up for you as I'm sharing this? Maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're annoyed, maybe you think it's a dumb idea. Tell me about it in the comments below. I want to hear. I'd love to discuss it with you. If this is helpful and you want to learn how to have strong systems in your business, especially if you're at a point where you're like, I am living in chaos and I need some help, go to my website. There's a free checklist, 33 systems every small business must have to be successful. And on that list, you will find out exactly what you need to have in your business to get it under control, to thrive, to prosper, and to spread more love in the world, because that's what we're here to do. All right? I love you. I'm excited about you getting a new password manager, and I will talk to you later.